Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. Your home for learning how to pick on the banjo, the guitar, or perhaps the mandolin. This week we are looking at an intermediate to advanced version of Cherokee Shuffle. I've done this one on guitar, and I hadn't done an advanced version of really anything on banjo in a long time. So I had some folks nipping at my heels to do that, so I've done it. Let me encourage you though, that even if you think this song is too hard for you, there's little bits and nuggets and pieces in it that you can use, okay? So since Cherokee Shuffle's a fiddle tune, which means it has 2 A parts and 2 B parts, you can go into mine. If you have a version of your own, go into mine and just steal little chunks of stuff that I play and use it in yours to spice it up. This one does get kind of difficult. A lot of great melodic stuff, a triplet, and I think you'll really dig it. Check it out right here. That's a good one. Like I said, it's a little more difficult. It's very athletic. You got to be really quicker on your left hand than you do on your right hand, but I know you're going to dig it. If you're watching this on YouTube, in a little while I'm going to ask you to jump over to my website, BanjoBenClark.com, where you can become a Gold Pick member, and you can download all these tabs, of which I put up one of these every week. Okay, I do weekly video lessons along with tab. You can download those if you're a Gold Pick member and watch this full video as well as all the other like 120 videos I have over there right now. Crazy. But go check that out when you get a chance, and I'll slow down the whole song for you. We'll teach it measure by measure, and then I've got 3 speeds of guitar rhythm tracks that I'll play for you that will help you learn this thing. So you have no excuse now not to spice up your version of Cherokee Shuffle. Let's dive into this first measure. This is a fiddle tune, so we've got an A part and a B part, and we will repeat both the A part and the B part. If you're learning this tune, I would have to assume that you're probably intermediate to an advanced player, and so some of the more basic things we're going to kind of skip over just for the sake of time. If you do have questions about some of these things, I'm sure they're covered elsewhere on the website, and I invite you to go check those out. But we're going to, just right there in measure number 1, of course we have our capo on the 2nd fret. This is the key of A. We're just going to walk into it, just 3 simple chord notes. There you go. Now if you notice right beneath the notes, I have my right hand fingering labeled. So we have that T for thumb. And fingerings are going to be very important in this one because we've got some inside rolls. And I taught inside rolls in a Grandfather's Clock video, but essentially that means that we use our middle finger on some other string besides that first string. So maybe the inside, maybe the B string. Okay, we're going to do that a little bit, so just pay attention there. And also, we're going to do some thumb, kind of Scruggs thumb technique, where we're going to come down and play our 2nd string, our B string, with our thumb. Okay, so as long as you kind of keep an eye on those, it'll make the song flow much better for you. In measure 2, very simple, just kind of a forward roll there. Good stuff. Now measure 3, we get into kind of some, I guess I would call it cross-picking banjo style, okay? But we're going to be using our index finger down this low D string, which may take a little practice if you're not used to that, but we're just going to follow the melody of this tune. Okay, so it may take you a little practice to be able to reach down and grab that 4th string with your index finger, but that's something that we should learn how to do. The last beat of that measure is a triplet, but we only pick it 1 time, so we're going to pick it with our thumb, and then we're going to hammer to the 2nd fret, and then to the 4th fret. Triplet. We're fitting 3 of those 8th note triplets right there in that 4th beat, where usually only 2 8th notes go, so that's why they go a little bit faster. So that measure sounds like this. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet. There you go. You'll get the hang of it. Yeah. Now Now measure 4, we're going to continue to follow that melody. Now right here is one of those times that I mentioned you want to watch your right hand fingering, because that 4th fret there on the end of that measure, we want to play that with our thumb. Okay? We're just going to chromatically walk up to this melody note in measure 5 that we want. And you may wonder why I play that with my thumb, and the truth is we've played a note with our middle finger before, and we play a note with our middle finger afterwards, and it just works better to have our thumb play whenever we play a couple middle finger notes. You can do this much faster and stronger than you can these first 2 fingers. You'll try that and you'll see what I'm talking about. So anytime we have a note with our middle finger, and then another note, and then another note with our middle finger, we want to try to make that be our thumb. Now quickly in measure 5, we're going to jump up and get into this C melodic position. Okay, so I'm going to use my middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string, and then I'm going to place my index finger on the 5th fret of the G string. Okay, so we're going to work some scales out of this, and we want to try to keep our fingers down for as long as possible to keep the resonance going. Okay, we want these notes to ring out after we play them. What I don't want to hear is, okay, it's very segmented. We want to be smooth. You hear the difference there, okay? So measure 6, we start there with a quarter note. We're going to reach up to the 7th fret with our pinky. Once again, measure 7, we see the thumb being used here. Now right here, on that 3rd beat of this measure, we can finally release our middle finger because we need this open B string. Release. Then I'm going to use my ring finger down here on the 7th fret. And then I'm going to release my index finger because I need that open G string. Okay, so I want to release the string right before I need it, not right after I play it. Does that make sense? Okay, then we're going to do one of these inside rolls in measure 8 that I was talking about. Be sure and pay attention there to your right hand fingerings. Right there, that 4th note, we're going to be playing that B string with our middle finger. And then we're back into the A part again. Now, our second A part through changes just a little bit, but the good thing about these fiddle tunes is that if you learn an A part, you can play it 2 times in a row. Okay, if you learn a B part and you really like it, you can play it 2 times in a row. So I played both A parts differently and both B parts differently so that you would have more variety to choose from. But let's dive into the second A part.